My mind is really set right now. I scattered this Telegram settings yesterday. I scattered this thing yesterday. I don't know if it's going to work before me. Create this doing. If you can hear me, just from Telegram. Let me confirm. I think I can't find the settings yesterday, so I don't remember. If you can hear me, on Telegram, please let me know. Let me know. You can let me know by joining, sending a message to the chat box or send me a DM so that I can proceed. I'm waiting, please. I'm waiting. Wow. So nobody here, everyone listening now on Telegram, I can see at least many people. Nobody can confirm if they can hear me on Telegram. Amazing. Chris Robert, you're raising your hand to speak. I won't be able to hear you, just as the thing. You unmute yourself first if I will hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I heard you. Wonderful. If I wouldn't have heard you. Since the settings are scattered, since the settings has brought sanity back. Okay, I just need to make slight adjustment. Today is not for much though. Just it's just continue from where we're doing. We met on Monday. On Wednesday, we're here again to do the market summary. Okay. So when on Monday. First off, I just want to check if there's any news early this morning. What the heck is this? What the heck is this? I need to filter this rubbish. I only need high impact news. Thank you. So we have just one news left. Today is Friday, so we have only one news left. Today is the 16th of January. One news left for this week around 11 a.m. this morning is a GBP news, so shouldn't be much. Alright, so when we started this week, we noted that on DXY, this is going to be the draw on liquidity on DXY. Having broken down that this was a premium level and below 50% shares at discount, and the price is most likely going to use a POI in the discounts, and trade from there. And fortunately, I would not say unfortunately, right? So fortunately for us, that's what happened, right? Price came into the discounts and they mitigated the other block on the discount level here. So you can see this. So maybe I should shift this a bit. So if you see this now, there's an OB there. So there's another block here at the discount level, and price mitigated it and then shifted away. Okay, it even did a bullish engulfing move. So when you look to this side, you'll see that after mitigation here, price covered it, so it engulfed it like this, and this is a retest after engulfing. So it engulfed the candle that mitigated that other block, the price that mitigated other block, and then retested on it and then zoomed off from there. So only this alone gave confirmation that the DXY was to continue bullish. Alright, then when you go down to check EURUSD, so since this is bullish, EURUSD was bearish, and so we had this POI. If you remember, on Monday I told you that you should sell when price gets to the consequent encroachment of this whole other block, and I covered it from the OB here down to this high. Price mitigated the consequent encroachment, which is the middle. Some people might be confused. Consequent encroachment, consequent, the middle. So if you did mean medium mode, so it's the middle. There's no need to give yourself headache trying to understand what consequent encroachment is. So it's the middle. So I just marked that whole zone there, the whole supply level there. I just marked everything, yeah, and use it. You get? So, and what we were expecting is for price to make a continuation down, of which it did, so, and the drawn liquidity for it has also been, that's been met already too. So everything sets. I'll be added to the talker. So in EURUSD, you see this mission accomplished here. So mission accomplished on EURUSD here. Then going further to the next one we have is GBP-CHF. Now GBP-CHF did not mitigate the POI that we had, or that I marked on Monday and Wednesday. So what happened is, we have a super liquidity here and inducement. So what happened during this week is, so price went ahead to break the external structure. As of on Tuesday, it broke above this high. So I was expecting before breaking this high was, okay, price should come back, price should like retest into this zone here, this rejection candle, before even breaking the structure. But eventually it just went and broke structure, and now it's trading backwards. Alright, so what I'm expecting is, or what I'll be expecting going forward, like maybe from next week, will be price retesting into this rejection, this whole rejection bar here. So price rejecting into, or coming into this rejection bar, and then to trade for a continuation in this level here. So we'll be expecting a continuation on GBP-CHF from next week. Price might pull, there's news by I think 11 on GBP, so that news might push price downwards though into that key level. Everything don't key level. Oh, price might push it into that level down there, and if it does, okay, fine. But I think strongly that it will be from next week. That's it will give us that entry. It has to be from next week, most likely from next week. So on GBCHF, that's all that happened this week. Price broke structure and it's still trading down into the time frame level POI. Next we had is on Euro CHF. Now on Euro CHF we had this POI, but we had it as a missed POI though, because what we marked was a 2-hour order block. Okay, yeah, we omitted this 2-hour order block, or I omitted this 2-hour order block. If you want to have taken a sell from here, what I used was 4-hour POI. And so instead of me to like mark it this way, I went to mark it like this, and I was expecting price to like trade into it. This 4-hour POI like this. It didn't trade into it, so it was later recent around Wednesday. Yes, around the Wednesday, that's when I noticed that price did not trade into this POI. And then I checked 2-hour time frame, and then saw I saw that it's like I made a mistake, because the POI from 2-hour was mitigated and respected. So that POI actually held, and the drawn liquidity is here. So this one most likely is going to complete its own obligation today, just drop. So maybe just basically just trade into this level around 1.72925. Might just trade into it today. So that's on Euro AUD. Then for AUD we had this. First off, what we realized or identified was the shift in the structure. First thing was the sweep of liquidity here. The sweep of liquidity was there, visible, and then it led to a shift in structure. So the price shifted structure here, confirmed the shift of structure here using this level as the origin. So I remember marking this one on Monday. So after marking this, using this as liquidity, and then this as a POI on the 2-hour time frame. So I think this one got mitigated around Tuesday evening, thereabouts, and mitigated it, and now we're still holding the trade. Still holding it. So I expect the high to be taken out. Which is the high around 0.93449. 0.93449. Another conference that added to this was, it was clear that price broke out from this level like this. So if you see this here, it's clear that price broke out from this. So if you like, maybe you want to use a trend line. If I wanted to use a trend line, you see something like this. So this high connects to this high. You see that price eventually broke out. So that's like another conference. It's like a break and a retest back into the level that price broke out from. You get now. Price is still going up, so I'm still holding this trade until when it gets to its take profits region. Next we had was on USG POI. For USG POI, we didn't mark any POI because we don't know when price wants to like mitigate from. But I have speculations now, given that the trend is still trending up. I now have speculations. What I think that is going on now is that price has engineered liquidity here. This is an engineered liquidity, alright, and then also mitigated the POI, but I need to be certain, because this looks like a reaction. So this is the level that mitigated this POI. I was wanted to use it as an engineer liquidity here. So it's mitigated this POI. And we still have an unmitigated POI just below here, like this. At this level, like this. But we won't be able to use it. We can only use it now if price, this is it, we can only use this level to trade a buy continuation. Yeah, if price just pulls down, if it just pulls down from where it is downwards into like this, then we can use it. But if given the structure that is already visible, like this structure, so you have this, right, and you have this, the face break. So if price kind of like, okay, give space, maybe forms, continue to form, and then does something like this, you obviously know that it's not going to like respect this key level or this POI again. Why? Because we now have a proper shift, given that price has broken structure the first time here, and then broken structure the second time here. So if it continues to form different candle, expanding, and it expands and then breaks this structure before tapping into this unmitigated POI here, then counts it out. We're not going to be looking at a buy anymore. We'll start looking at the sell. Do you get? So I don't think that's going to happen this week though. But the only one that I think that might happen, that we might not even trust, is if it just pulls down the way it's coming down now. If it just pulls down into this POI, then it makes sense, because in the higher time frame, like 4 hours, you see it will just look like, okay, it's just one candle that is still there. If you even go to like 8 hours, you'll see that it's just one candle that just formed that is still there. So basically that's it. Alright, next one is after USJPY. Next one is gold. Now when we met, I told you guys I'll be looking forward to buying gold, right? I'll be looking forward to buying gold, and the truth is, I already showed you why. It's just a sweep of a previous low. So I showed you on Wednesday that after sweep of previous low, a reclaim block, that is, this block must fail to be reclaimed, block fail to be reclaimed, block fail to be reclaimed. So in this sense, it's as so as, okay. Now if it doesn't fail, there's a way we do it. So maybe there's a rejection in front of it. Instead of using the failed block, we're going to use the other block or rejection block in front. So this one now is the sweep. There's no way to draw it out. You want to drag it out like this for a Quasimodo. This is what I wanted to use before, but this will mean that this level failed, but it didn't actually fail. Why? Because there is rejection on that bar. So the best thing to then use is the rejection block in front of it. So that's why I told you we were going to be buying gold from this level, like this. Yeah, today we're going to buy gold from that level and stop loss just at the low of that sweep, just at the low of this sweep. Now whether it hits CP or not, I don't know. Anyone who wants to do it should do, right? The two accounts that I took this trade on, they don't close one already. Close it because today's payouts, every payout they will reset. So if your account is already funded, any trade you are on, they'll just close out the trade. I send a message. I don't send a message. Maybe I'm holding the trade, I don't get sense. Rubbish. Now I have to find another trade to take. So it's just running on only one trade at the one account. That's because that one's saying challenge trades. So we're expecting this high to be taken off around 4,644.44 on gold. That is to create a new high. But then you know gold. Everybody knows gold. If you do what you want to do, you get your own mind. No be we go tell am wetin he go do. Alright, so next one is Bitcoin. So BTC USD already did his own move, right? I already told us that okay, we're going to be buying BTC. Keep on buying, keep on buying, keep on buying. I've showed you where our position were. First position was around here, second position was here. So I'm looking at this, so I was looking at maybe there's gonna be a third position, but then price now has gone ahead to form a new structure just ahead here. So this is like a structural low. You might not see it from 4 hours, but it's there on the 2-hour time frame. So look at it on the 2-hour time frame, you can see that there's a structural low here. Why? Because it's considered a structural low because number one, the trend is up bullish, and then this low broke structure. So I used to call it either a structural low or I call it the origin of the breaker structure. So this is the origin of the breaker structure also. So maybe if there's going to be a continuation, right, I'll be expecting it from here. You get, I'll be expecting a buy continuation around this zone, around this level. So like for price to like trade into this POI for a continuation, and then we'll hold again. Alright, so if you are holding BTC, or if you are buying BTC, or you trade BTC, so this is my own present stuff, and you see that the level we marked also corresponds it also corresponds with the fair value gap on the 4-hour time frame. So it makes sense that way. So we're just going to do just to hold on and wait to see how price is reacting and how price behave around that POI. But I've given you the POI, price comes there, you can buy from the way I marked it so there were 2 OBs there, so I just marked both of them from the beginning to the second one ending. So why? So that you can just use the consequent encroachment, just use the middle and enter, and the middle is rightly in where the 4-hour fair value gap is. So you want to buy BTC with around 93,726.38. just wait around that level if you want to buy BTC USD. Okay, I don't know, I woke up this morning with hunger, Jesus. So GBP USD is done that I'll fire this one because the exact point where we marked is where price rejected from, reacted crazy, or should I say beautifully, reacted very fine from that level though. So if you look there, so if you look at it, we had a flip happen here. So let's go to the 2-hour time frame. Yes, like this. So go to 2-hour time frame. Yeah, I think you should see it. So you had this price broke structure up like this, and then boom, came down. So we marked this. I marked this whole block here. The price should react from it, right? And I didn't just mark it, I also gave you how you're going to enter. I said if price goes up like this and then causes a displacement, your entry will be after the displacement. I can already see the displacement here. I can see that there's a displacement here. But let's go and confirm it. Say you go to 15 or even go to 5 minutes. It will be there. So you can see it, right? So the statement is already there. So let's see, let's open this thing up, let's tear it up. So this is the displacement high and displacement low. So we're going to use 23.6% here because it's normal displacement. There's normal and there's abnormal displacement. That's not today. I thought that a long time ago. So if you took in my instruction, you're going to sell from here. Your stop loss will be above the displacement high like this. That displacement high like this, right? And then hold down. Takers will say if you took this trade, you would have made a lot of money. You would have made a lot of money. So if you took this trade as instructed, yes, you would have made a lot of money. You might even get up to 5 hours like this. Alright, so it's simple. For every POI that's going to form, there's going to be a displacement. So this is a displacement. So price displaces it like this. So displacement high, displacement low, return back, and then pull off. Do you get? It's not that hard. So that's on GBP USD. So that's on GU. Next is on AUD. I told you, I said this support level has been holding very strong on AUD for long. I think the first time price came to that level was around 31st of December, and it has not been able to break below. Yeah, it has not been able to break below this level. Alright, it hasn't been able to break below the level for the longest. So first rejection or first reaction on that level was here. Okay, this is the first reaction here, and then it did the same thing again here. Alright, it did the same thing here. Okay, and then again did the same thing here again. So this is the third reaction. So this is first, second, this is third reaction, right? And that's why I told you that okay, expect another reaction again in that level, and this is the fourth reaction. So for when we used to trade support and resistance, then we used to call this one a proven support, because it has tested it more than once, twice, more than 3 times, 4 times, and it's still holding strong. So this is what we have on AUD. Alright, and what I would suggest is trading something like this is best for you to like wait for a proper breakout. This is a key level here, so it's the best for you to wait for a proper breakout of price. Oh my dear Lord, it's best for you to wait for price to break away. Okay, did you say Thursday? I think it said Thursday. Okay, right. So it's best for price to break away from these levels, like a break up like this, continue going up. This one should be a sweeper. Yes, either it breaks like that or it breaks below like this and then continue going down. Alright, so that's on AUD. So it's best to just wait for the breakout to occur before making any decision on it on AUD. Next we have is on NZD. On NZD, mark this zone that price will most likely reject from there, and that's where it's rejecting from. All these trades, all of them are supposed to be doing the same thing. I don't know what the motherfucker is doing. All of them are supposed to do one thing. They're supposed to be doing the same thing, but then it's in his own mind. So price kind of like broke out from this bearish trend line here, and is retested back into the line, and is rejecting off from it. But it's not something we took, so we skipped it. Well, so since it's a summary session, this is what happened, and now price is going up. Before going up now, it has led to another shift here, because this will be a shift of structure here. So most likely in coming time or coming future, you might see price come back like this and then go up from there. That's what you might see most likely. Like, let's go back to this level like this and then go up and take out liquidity above on NZUSD. Alright, so keep that in mind. Then you have USD CHF. This double rubbish here did not hold on. So price went ahead to break structure to the upside here and retested or reacted off from this fair value gap on the 4-hour time frame. I think it should have a fair value also in 2 hours. I don't know, but let's confirm. Yeah, so it has a fair value gap also on the 2-hour time frame here and here, but I used to cover the second candle completely. So price rejected off from the what's this thing called now? Consequent encroachments, yes. And that's where the movement started from. Now we have an unmitigated rejection bar here and a structure that is pointed upwards. Anything below that unmitigated level, anything below that level will lead to a shift of structure. That's what I see. Anything below it. So just wait for how price is going to react from here in the coming week. Alright. So USD card has completed his own assignment. USD card completed his own assignment. So on Monday and also on Wednesday when we met, reminded us that we're going to be using this level here as inducement, and price reacted off from it, and we're going to be using this rejection bar here, or rejection candle. So if you see it, price traded exactly at the points where I marked for us to buy from, exactly at that point there, and stop loss just below. So yeah, you see this now, that's it. So if you took this trade, yeah, you should have taken your profit by now, because I didn't just analyze it on Monday. I also reminded you guys again also on Wednesday. I think I'm looking at this live stream on X. I see like 42 people are live with us and only one why is that? People don't like to retweet, or people don't like to retweet. I do not know, people don't like to retweet, but if you want to retweet it, do it to retweet the meeting. Retweet if you want to. Anyway, I also end it there. So this is USD card. Mission accomplished. On to the next. Tomorrow we have a market structure session. Strong. I think tomorrow I want to explain all those little snippets that I dropped. I dropped snippets like during the week. 1 minute, not up to 2 minutes, 1 minute without voice. I dropped them. I'm going to put them together tomorrow and explain it. What I've drawn this week is liquidity, value structure, market structure, shift change of character. I think that's basically the main one I've done this week. So tomorrow I will handle that and deal with that tomorrow. GBP AUD just delivered beautifully from where I marked also. So the reaction I told you guys to sell from is this fair value in 2 hours. That price is going to form a liquidity close to it, and it did. So if you look at this, This liquidity that was formed process, as Kevin trying to call it, engineered liquidity. So price mitigated that fair value, right, and then dump. So we saw a crazy dump on GBP AUD exactly at that point where we expected it to dump from. So if you took that as your trade bias, you already know what happened. GBP AUD, then this is GBP JPY. No, we didn't. The only one trade that we took already was old past. We already bought. So I said what was gonna happen is we're going to be waiting for price to pull back, and now it has, because the last break of structure that we had on 4-hour time frame is here. So maybe we want to trade like continuation, because if you look at this, defining the daily range, this is the low, this is the high. You can now see that price is now inside. You can see now that price is inside the discount level. So from this discount level now, yeah, price can take continuation to buy. From the discount level, price can take continuation to buy. How is going to buy, when is going to buy, we don't know, but I'm just telling you what I think, right? Is what I think. Then to break it further downwards, to break it down. If you look to this side, so if you look to this side, I want to delete this one a bit. So delete this one, so no need again. So if you wanted to use like a breaker block in this level, it already has rejection. I already thought you had to use that. So when it has rejection in front of it, best thing to do is to leave it and use the other block that you can see there. So let's go to 2 hours and find it first. Okay, so in 2 hours there's this OB here, like this, tiny, but there's also another OB just below it like this. So the best thing to do would be to cover everything, wait for mitigation in consequent encroachment, of which it has. So you can see that price has already mitigated it in the consequent encroachment. So if you want to like, okay, hold the swing buy on GBP JPY, this is it, because it should be from here, then CP should be the drawn liquidity way above, like this, stop loss like this, just below this. So since you're just seeing it now, it will be from, because current market price will be here, okay, and stop loss just below that low. Alright, so entry is the current market price, stop loss is like 211 or 177. 211, take profit is 214,342. So the swing buy is not something that can complete his own obligation today. The only thing that can complete obligation today is if he hits stop loss. No, stop loss not the waste time. It's take profit that is to waste time. So depending on the time frame, depending on the time frame. So I'll just leave it for a moment for those ones that want to maybe take it, if you are interested in taking it. So if you're interested in taking it, you can do that. True. So I'll be waiting. That's GBPJJPY. Alright, I think we can move on to the next one from here. So next we have is on GBPCAD. This motherfucker, that's like CTP Thunder and Brimstone. So what we expected on this guy is, okay, there's going to be a flip here and a flip here also. It was just a 2.49 hour right straight, and they completed this obligation also. So we don't have any POI, nothing to mark since obligation has been made for the week. We will come back to it next week. Okay, this is what now. Okay, Euro CHF. Now for Euro CHF, yeah, we can see that we are still bullish, and then we had the sweep of structure here, sweep in this level here. So maybe I mark it as X. So we had the sweep here, and then price. This is sweep here though. So and then price shifted, went up, and the next thing to do was, okay, if we wanted to use as a Quasimodo QMR with our field, but what we can now do is, okay, use this, which is the 4-hour OP there. When price mitigates it, wait for a reaction, and then use the time frame for entry. Oh, that's what we did though. So we use that, and we're still holding the buy from there. This is a two buy situation. Either you bought exactly at this 4-hour OB, or you bought after the confirmation that, okay, price was going up, because after mitigation of the POI, price led to a shift here. Yes, I think I should just pull it up so I'm not just talking. So if you look to this side here, you see that after mitigation of the POI here, so price led to a shift here, and then you return back into the POI. So I expect it to maybe go up from there. If it doesn't and it comes back and hits surplus, or the best, I already gave you enough treats for the week that went away, so having maybe one or two else is not bad. So that's Euro CHF, and then this is Euro JPY. So Euro JPY has eventually come to the POI that we marked. Yes, but I would not suggest that you buy or do anything here, because I can see a shift of structure here, and I can see it confirming it here. Although this is 4-hour time frame, you might not see it, but let me show you. So if you go to the 2-hour time frame, you'll be able to see that there was a break of structure here and a confirmation of that break here. So if at all price is going to do anything at all, you might just want to trade back into this level, this rejection bar. You might just trade back into the rejection bar and then take a sell continuation from there. You get. So this is a key level, quite alright. It's a higher time frame POI. It's fine. Price may reject or react from it, but not respect it. Two different things. Respect is to mitigate and then continue in the direction it was supposed to. To react is just, okay, tap, maybe just reject a little, and then whatever it's going to do after reacting or rejecting is left for the price. So that's Euro JPY. Alright, then for Euro GBP, which is the maddest pair that happened to be this week, all of these ended up to be a range. We marked out the 4-hour of fair value, so I think probably price just wanted to trade into the consequent encroachment of the 4-hour fair value gap, but which it did, and it has rejected off from that level. So hopefully from here, because if you look at it now after mitigation like this, so if you look at this now after mitigation, here you have a sweep here, so and that sweep now And that sweep now has a shift here. I think S has a shift here. You might not see it, so let me just show you. So yes, that's it. So you can see that this was the mitigation here of the consequent encroachment middle. So this is the sweep here, and this is the shift here. So price has already given his own entry already. So if you're even taking, maybe you want to take a sell from here, right? You can take a sell from here, but let's see where the TP will be. The TP should be on the drawn liquidity there. Alright, something like this. So something like this. You want to sell at the current market price. So this level. Maybe I'll just leave this. For those ones that will also be interested in taking it, you can. I'll just hold on a bit before taking it off. So entry will be at the current market price. The stop loss will be exactly at 0.86823. Stop loss will be at 0.86823. Then take profit will be on that drawn liquidity, which is at 0.86445. 0.86445. That will be where take profit will be at. Okay. Alright. So I think that's enough time. You should have gone in already if you are entering it. So on to the next, on to the next one. So let's see something else. So that's GBP. Next one we have is on NZD. If you remember, I said we're not going to take any trade on this until there's a proper breakout, break below or break above. So it's like price is breaking below already, but we're not going to chase it because it can end up being a manipulation. Price will just sweep and then return. So we'll just go to wait. Next week we'll come back to it. Euro NZD. So when we meet next week, we're going to check it. Then this is NZD card that I told you guys to take. How price broke structure here. So if you look at this here, price broke overall structure here, but before breaking that structure, the first structure that it broke was here. So this is the first structure that price broke here. Alright, now if you go down to 2 hours time frame, alright, you'd see that if you wanted to use the fair value, the breaker block in front, you see that it has reaction of it. Alright, now what I did was, okay, check the 4 hour time frame and saw that there was a fair value gap just directly below there. So best thing to do was to wait for that mitigation of the fair value, and it mitigated and also led to a shift. So that was the entry. See that the entry was not exactly at the mitigation point, but therefore a shift. So that was the entry, and price seems to be going up. So that's week. Alright, so next week we shall come back to it. NZD-JPY. If NZD-JPY breaks this low here, we will have a shift of structure, because price would have done this. So you can see this is one break, and then if it goes up now, break again like this, will be 2 breaker structure, and the trend will no longer be bullish but now what's bearish. So have that in mind. That we'll be watching what NZD-JPY will be doing. We're going to be watching it. Our eyes is on it. Then we also have NZD-CHF. NZD-CHF respected that key level that we marked. So we marked this level here, and price respected it like a retest on it, and also rejected from the POI just below that level. So making this one serve as a origin of break. So then you had this. So this is what we had here. So we have this break, boom boom. So the classic SBI move. That's what we have on this. So for the week, just at the place where I told you to buy from. So that's on NZD-CHF. Then this is AUDJPY. AUDJPY is flipping, so all of them are just flipping tigers. Flipolo. Okay. So so for AUD and JPY, price is presently reacting off from this level here. Okay, if you go to 2 hours, you see why that. Okay, price rejected. Oh, this one is even good because it's a breaker block here. So price rejected the breakout there, and that's where it's reacting off from. So it's reacting off from that breakout there, and it should drop. You obviously can see the structure forming, so it should continue dropping from where it is. This is AUDJPY. Next on the list is AUDCHF. I don't know why all of them that have CHF they've bought. Can't CHF when I hold since no goodbye. At this space, if you see that they are devils now, a single talk. So but this is AUDCHF though. They didn't have any buyers on. Nothing, no buyers of the week at all on AUDCHF. I think price did not. I was waiting for like a sweep of liquidity here. So price did not do that. So just retested the same level, like over and over again, and then just pulled away from there like this, like a support zone. So eventually did not give me what I was waiting for, but it's fine. Then we have this on AUD and ZD. So I marked this on Monday as a bullish market. This is the inducement here, and I told you that okay, this is where we're going to buy from, which is here. Alright, so if you bought from here, stop loss placed here just below the low. I think 3 hours will complete on this, and then the high here, take profit. That's like 3.24 RR, right? 3.24. So that's on AUD and ZD. This recent high, your target is either high or a low. So, and after the profit, price is now retracing back downwards. So we don't know what I want to do going forward from here, but here you have your trade as instructed on AUD and ZD. Then you have CAD JPY. So we bought CAD JPY on Monday. He take profit I think on Tuesday morning he take profit. So presently now what we are seeing now is I think CAD is weak. That's why the CAD CHF and moving holding is not doing anything. So this one has led to 2 breakout structures, so this price will eventually go down. That is what I'm thinking. So if you look at it from the 2 hour time frame here, you will see the first break of structure here, and you see the second break of structure like here. Alright, so price has broken structure and it should continue selling from here. Alright, on CAD CHF. So most likely what you will expect is okay, price goes up, takes liquidity, and then continue on CAD CHF. Then CAD JPY and that's CAD JPY, and this is CAD CHF. I'm holding a buy on this CAD CHF here. Oh no, price is retracing deep already. I might just have to close and trade on the CAD JPY, CAD CHF. I don't know what coin is CAD JPY, CAD JPY. I think I might just be forced to close it, but I think I'll hold on a bit though. I'll hold on a bit because price is supposed to continue. Why do I mean, or what am I saying that? I'll just wait till the end of today. Anything that happens, we'll take the loss like that. So we already have a sweep here. and a shift here. Alright, so this is the market structure shift and the confirmation of the structure shift. So I feel like price is just trading into, there's a fair value here. If I go to 2 hours now, okay, so go to 2 hours, there's a fair value gap here. So it might be that, okay, price wants to trade into the fair value gap to continue, but then my target is this high. So my target is still this high, so it still has a long way to go. My entry was around 2 hours OB here. It will be now fair value gap. Can't remember what that means in this trade, or I think it's OBO. Yeah, it's around this level here. So expect it to buy until it gets to its drawn liquidity. So this will be the drawn liquidity here, alright? DUL. So until this is achieved, I will not leave the trade. I'll just move my stop loss and entry here on this guy. Okay, yeah, so that's it. So I expect a reaction from this zone. Maybe it pulls into this fair value gap even deeper, but I expect a reaction from this zone before eventually going up to this level here. Alright, which one? I think that will be almost the next, the last of the last of the last things. Yeah, so that brings us also to the end of this session. Tomorrow we're going to meet again. I don't know the time. If you're not following me, you'll be able to see when I go live. So if you want to follow me and you want to attend the session for tomorrow, if you want to attend the session for tomorrow, then you have to follow me, right? And so the session for tomorrow, I will be addressing certain questions that I've already gotten, and also technical things that I need to correct also. So I'm addressing them tomorrow. So maybe you'd like to be there. If you don't want to be there, stay fine. All the best. So on this note, I wish you a happy weekend, happy Friday. If you've not made your morning prayers, it's very important. I always tell you to commit your day or week unto God's hand. Irrespective of how it goes, always thank God. You get, always thank God, irrespective of how it goes. So on that note, I'll say bye for now.